Discover the power of taking responsibility, embracing adversity, and putting in the extra effort to achieve your dreams. That's why we're here on day 4 of 5 stories. I hope you caught yesterday where we went over 10 empowering ideas, which we often call Dane-ish. So my thoughts, my beliefs, our coaching system, all wrapped up ultimately in order to help move our mission, which is to build a world where positivity, community, and health thrive, while happiness is ultimately eliminated. Now, in order to keep yesterday or the previous lesson a little shorter, we broke it in halves, right? I hope you've also caught day 1, which were 10 lessons that my dog Dodger taught, and actually over time it was 15 lessons. Episode 2, day 2, some opportunities only come once, seize them. And then we started to dig in to ultimately the foundational core beliefs of Dane Boyle coaching, which is all about making the world a more positive, healthy, prosperous place. We can shorten it up. I want to continue today. I hope you grab pen and paper, check the show notes. We'll list all 10. You can go in day 3 and day 4 and combine them and have all 20 of the foundational core beliefs of Dane Boyle coaching. Again, we're going to do our best to create a world where positivity rules, where community rules, and where health thrives. But I believe it all starts with a mindset first. When you understand the 6 inches between your ears, you can be a healthier, happier, more prosperous person. When you control the 6 inches between your ears, you can be part of a healthy community. People living, dreaming, thriving, connecting. And therefore, in those moments, in those communities, unhappiness is diminished as much as possible. So let's dig in right away today, because I want to remind you, you are made to do hard things. That's right. You've been working for decades now, building resiliency, understanding how to come back, work through hardships to teach you that you're meant to do hard things. The weight room will teach you immediately how to overcome hard things. Running will tell you how to do hard things. Building a healthy relationship will tell you that you're meant to do hard things. So never forget, when in doubt, remind yourself, write this down, put it on the fridge, make it your screensaver, whatever it is. You are meant to do hard things. I want to challenge you, since you already know you're meant to do hard things, to remind yourself that goal-oriented people find ways. So that vision that we talked about, if goals scare you, or you're not really sure how to do that, people with a vision will find a way to get it done. People with a vision, with goals, will get up each day, do the best they can, and try to move the needle so they can achieve whatever goal they're looking at. Where do they want their life to be? What do they want to achieve? So goal-oriented, vision-oriented people will find ways. What's one of your goals? What's one of your visions? Where do you want to go? And let's see how we can help you get there. All right, real quick, if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. If you're not a subscriber, please do me a favor, click that subscribe button. I think it's over there. Subscribe button. I'll figure this out before long. If anything in any of the videos, any of the lessons, any of the ways to connect you believe will resonate with somebody you care about, share it with them. It lets them know that you're thinking of them and that what you're sharing is important. Because I tell people all the time, if I text you, if I send you a note, I will not ever waste your time. I have vetted so much content that I think this speaks to you. And that also is who you want to go with. You want to go with those goal-oriented people. You are one. So find people like you. You don't have to have the same goals. But people that are mission-driven, purpose-driven, goal-driven, vision-driven, want to be surrounded by like-minded people. Not negative Nelly, not people that just fuss and bitch. Not people just constantly complain. One of the things in the Trailblazer Nation is, in our manifesto, is that we do not complain about the world as it is today. We go out, we try to change it. And if every one of us try to change our part of the world to be healthier, happier, and more prosperous, imagine that domino effect. Imagine that ripple effect and what it would create. So 1, goal-oriented people find ways. 2, go with those people, right? And you're meant to do hard things. Don't quit your daydreams. That's the 3rd time now in day 3 and day 4 I've mentioned dreams. Dream big, dream often, and dream out loud. Dreams don't have an expiration, and don't quit your daydream. Daydream, dream with your eyes wide open. See it. See it so clearly that you begin to live it right here, right now. Can you see it? I can see it. I can see a world shrouded in positivity, built in collective community, and ultimately thriving in their health, mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. I can see it. I know together we can ignite life and spark a healthy revolution, and that healthy revolution starts with you. It starts with you. It starts with you making a decision to wake up and be amazing. Remember, every day is a great day. Don't quit on your daydreams. To be a goal-oriented person, to go with them and remind yourself you're meant to do hard things. Take joy in the ordinary. It really is the simple things in life. When my father was really sick, and he'd been in the hospital for a very, very long time, and ultimately lost cognition, and he was living, his body was alive, but his brain wasn't really alive. And this is after several years of just constant decline in health. I'll never forget Mom just standing there holding his hand with big crocodile tears rolling down her face, and all she wanted to do was go to the movies. They loved going to the movies. It wasn't the fancy car. It wasn't the swimming pool that they always said they would get, that eventually were able to build for my kids, their grandchildren, their other grandchildren. It wasn't going down to the ocean, the water, the shore, wherever they were going. It was literally going and sitting for a couple hours hand in hand, sharing popcorn, sharing a soda, and spending time together. That's it. So today, if a little one in your life tells you they love them, that's pretty special. If somebody opens a door for you and your hands are full while you're trying to go into the store, that's pretty nice too. Somebody holds the elevator for you, that's pretty special. If it's the springtime and the wildflowers start to bloom and you notice them, that's pretty special. One of those days when you walk outside and you're like, man, it is nice out here. The weather, the sun, and it just fills your soul. That's what taking joy in the ordinary is. That leads into living life in awe. So the first anatomy and physiology course I took, the instructor said, we're going to learn over the next semester many, many, many things that go wrong or potentially go wrong with the human body. Before we do, I want you to think for a moment all the things that happen without thought. They're automatic in your body every moment. When whatever I think and comes out of my mouth, I don't process that. I don't tell the synapses to fire. I don't then tell my mouth to open up. It just does it because I've lived on earth, because I've learned how to do it. And it seems innate. But it wasn't innate. I couldn't do any of this when I was born. It took me a couple years to enunciate mama and dada or whatever it was. It took me 12 months or more to walk. I don't really know what those... I could ask my mom. I guess I should interview my mom sometime on here. Remind me of that. But live life in awe. Take joy in the ordinary. Seriously. Every single day. And no one regrets a good choice. So many times when we dig into the Trailblazer community and coaching community, you're going to be encouraged to move your body every day in some form or fashion. Whether it's walking, rucking, jump roping, cycling, the gym, elliptical, Stairmaster, lifting weights. What does that look like? And understand, there's no one size fits all at all. But sometimes you just don't want to flip and do it. You're looking for motivation, but what you have is commitment. And when you do it anyway, and it gets done, even if it isn't the best walk, ruck, jump rope, weightlifting session, cardio session, stair-stepping session, elliptical session, cycling session, when you're done, nobody regrets that they did it. Because no one regrets a good choice. Zero, nada. Nobody regrets a good choice. When we put all of these Danish sayings together, think in years. Remember, I challenged you to think into the future. That's your goal. That's your vision. Think in years, plan in months, and live in days. So you think long term, you then kind of cut it, right? Like cutting a steak, right, for dinner, into 3 monthly pieces. That's all together. Okay, what can I do in 1/4 of the year? Now, how can I break that quarter into daily actionable steps? Because I believe I mentioned it last time, Steve Jobs reminded us that you can only connect the dots looking backwards, but you must live going forwards. But because you are taking steps every day to create that vision, thinking in years, planning in months, living in days, you already see the future before you even do it. Because you begin to wake up, you begin to show up, and you begin to make decisions because that is the person you want to be. In James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, he talks about the fact that when you begin to identify identity-based habits as a healthy person, as a writer, as an author, as a musician, you begin to take action because you're not just writing to write, you're writing because you're an author. You're not competing in a marathon just to compete in a marathon. You're competing in the marathon to become a runner. So, what's your identity? And what does that look like? And how can you think in years, plan in months, and live in days? Self-care is not selfish. If you care for your body, your mind, your heart, your soul, your physical, your mental, your social, your spiritual health, you can love yourself better, and you can most definitely love those you love better. So there are actually 7 elements of health and wellness. I'll do a whole video on this. It's called E squared, IOP squared. The hardest reason when I call that is I don't believe in the title. I can put a superscript. So it looks like E2 IOP S2, and it's squared. So there are really 7 elements of health and wellness. So when I say health, this is what I'm trying to talk about. Emotional, environmental, intellectual, occupational, physical, social, and spiritual health. We built this to say emotional and spiritual health on opposite ends because it's all the pieces in the middle. They're going to allow you to have emotional health, spiritual health. So what do your emotions tell you? What does it feel like? Emotional, right? Environmental. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Intellectual. What are you putting into your brain? That's fitness for the brain. Occupational. What is your career path? Is it a job or is it a vocation? Physical. How are you taking care of this vessel? As far as I know, you only have one body, and it's for life. So emotional, environmental, intellectual, occupational, physical. Social. We talked about community. Who are you surrounding yourself with? Like-minded, motivated people who dream big, dream often, and dream out loud, who know that dreams don't have an expiration date, who dream with their eyes wide open. Is that your group? And then spiritual. That's ultimately your faith. Why do you get out of bed every single day? And I stumbled on this on day 3, but it's the alarm clock will tell you when to get out of bed. Again, we don't change.
Dave, here is your reminder.
There's all kinds of stuff going on. I'm not going to edit it out. Alexa, turn off, because we don't change or share a false filtered life. That's part of the Trailblazer mission, but there's all kinds of stuff going on coming up. So it's reminding me I have to do this, I have to do that. I didn't think about it when I jumped on, but I just laugh a little bit. I hope you laugh too, because nobody's perfect. I don't expect you to be perfect. I did not pass every test in school, and I still got my degrees, and I bet you did too. So that spiritual health, right? The alarm clock will tell you when, it won't tell you why. And the 2 most important days of our lives are the day you find out why, the day you're born, and the day you find out why. That's why we're here. Which is why we're looking at building. Look, I want you to be strong and sexy and powerful and confident, right? But I want you, as you age, to be able to get off the floor, get off the toilet, walk, run, play with the kids, whatever that is, climb a mountain, dance. That's far more important to me than a BMI, than the fucking scale. Case closed. And that's why we start here. That's why we start here. So self-care isn't selfish. And maybe, no, ultimately, the number one most important thing I ever want you to take away from any lesson, any connection, whether it's one-on-one coaching, whether it's group coaching, whether it's a course, whether it's an ebook, is to never waste a heartbeat. I'm going to say that again. I'll say it 2 more times. Never waste a heartbeat. Never waste a heartbeat. Remind yourself that you're not promised a tomorrow. And when you wake up knowing every day is a great day and you choose to be amazing and that you're going to dream big, dream often, and dream out loud, right? And these aren't on my list, but they're going to be at the very end of the video today too, is to tell those you love them and never assume they know, to text somebody today and tell them you're thinking of them and expect nothing in return. You're never wasting a heartbeat, and nobody regrets that choice. Nobody regrets a good choice. Nobody regrets not wasting a heartbeat. Nobody regrets the opportunity to dream big, dream often, and dream out loud. So let's go over, and as reminders, and again, they'll be in the show notes. Please copy them. Please use them. Please share them, because ultimately all of this is to empower you to be part of a world where positivity, community, and health thrive while unhappiness is ultimately eliminated, because you're going to unstuck yourself and go from stuck to empowered. That's what all of this is about, because you are meant to do hard things. Because goal-oriented people find ways. Because when you go with goal-oriented people, you'll be motivated to do better, be better, and live better. Don't ever quit on your daydreams, and dream with your eyes wide open. Take joy in the ordinary. That little sip of coffee, the fact that you've got cold water, the fact that you feel snuggled up under that blanket, those are ordinary things for most of us. Take joy in them. Live life in awe. At all the miracles around you. Look at all the miracles around you and be in awe. No one ever regrets a good choice. No matter how hard it is to show up, you'll never regret that choice. I want you to cast a vision. I want to challenge you. Look, it's huge. When you have a vision, you will get up. You will jump out of bed like a kid on Christmas morning. So think in years, plan in months, and live in days. Do today what you need to have a better tomorrow. Self-care is not selfish. Never forget that. If you're going to go for a walk, a run, a bike, a gym, or whatever, and you've got people at home, tell them you're doing it for them. You say you'll die for them, but will you be healthy for them? Never, ever, ever, ever waste a heartbeat. I want to say that again. You say you'll die for them, but will you be healthy for them? Again, those 7 elements of health and wellness. We're going to come through them. Come back as often. Just come back. Subscribe, get an alert, and damn it, pay attention, take action, and be ready to dig deeper, because we're gonna share, and we're gonna share. But we want to help build a relationship with you that's a mile deep and a foot wide and a mile deep. Click on the link above. Get our newsletter. We try to send it out on Tuesdays and Fridays, so twice a week, with quality content to fit well, to live life, to ultimately empower you to be part of the mission, to spread positivity, to build a community, and live a healthy life. If you haven't subscribed already, please click the subscribe button. I think it's right there. The subscribe button. If any of this resonates with you, please comment. Comment what spoke to you today. Give it a like, give it a share, because it is the only one to grow the mission. I will tell you, one of our team's goals is to reach 1,000 subscribers. Can you help us do that? It doesn't take any money. And I highly encourage you to support every small business, because without you, we will not be here, and no business will be here. And it's as easy as click and subscribe, click and share, making a comment, and joining us. And knowing that we're the little guy, hoping to do things a little bit differently with a greater connection. All right, 2 things before I go. Tell those you love them, and never assume they know. And last but not least, literally, this is your coach's challenge. That's my expectation of you. And let me know you did it. Text somebody today and let them know you're thinking of them and expect absolutely nothing in return. Until next time, go be amazing.